Making his 8th straight start tonight, as he came off the bench for most of the season early on. Criswell tied up and out to Mansell. Mansell, the senior point guard, struggled with turnovers earlier this season, but has cut that down as of late. And the whistle, and we have our first foul of the game. Corey Easley whistled for his first and the first one of the ball game. Montana has been employing a little backcourt pressure over the past 2 games, and they start with token pressure. It's Kamar Davis on Danny Fayborg.
I think another big key tonight will be the outside shooting of both teams. And on cue, we have a missed three-pointer.
Fayborg sporting a more aerodynamic look than what we saw a month ago. A couple weeks ago, he shaved off his hair and has the close cut.
Not going to make the Hobbit team next year with that look, I tell you.
No, of course.
Member of the All-Hobbit team.
Yeah, member of the All-Hobbit team he was until now. Here's Booker. Roy Booker has been sensational as of late. He'll go to the line for 2, drawing the foul on Calvin Ento.
And as you alluded to at the top of the show, Tom, Coach Mick Durham was very concerned about Booker. He hadn't seen him before, and right away, he gets a dose.
Excuse me, it was not Ento. Barsh whistled for the foul. First foul on Josh Barsh, and Booker good on his first attempt. Montana coming in on a 3-game win streak. Montana State coming in after a split on the road against Idaho State and Weber State. Bobcats won by 16 the last time in Bozeman.
Montana State looking to avoid the slow starts that have plagued them lately.
And Barsh puts in the first 2 points for Montana State.
Cats have trailed in 9 of 11 of their Big Sky Conference games by significant point spreads at some time or another. They look to reverse that trend in this ballgame.
Erickson's matched up with Criswell. That's a matchup of 2 of the marquee guards in the conference, no doubt. Montana resets now, just 7 on the shot. Mansell 0 for 2 from downtown. Frank Brown looking to push, ball out of bounds. It'll stay to the Bobcats.
Frank Brown's an important piece for the Bobcats, second in the Big Sky with just over 4 assists a game, including a season-high 10 against Western Carolina earlier in the non-conference season. He looks to get Erickson and the rest of the offense going.
Montana kind of hung their hat on defense early in the year. As of late, they've been pretty stingy on the defensive end. Here's Ento from outside. Knocks down the shot. Calvin Ento, the senior from Tacoma Community College. His first 2 points of the game.
Shows why he's 6th in the Big Sky, shooting over 52% a game from the field right there.
Steal and then a kick by Brown. Good hustle. And slides into the scorer's table on the far side. As he mentioned, Brown second in the conference in assists. And this time getting it done defensively. The ball stays to Montana.
Tough break there for Frankie. He was going for it. The foot just happened to get in the way, or else he would have had a fast break opportunity the other way.
Here's Roy Booker. Erickson Downs got a 1-on-3. Ento to the rack, and he lays it in. Ento has 4, and the lead is 4.
Aggressive fast break. No problems that time for the Bobcats.
Montana offense looked all out of whack that time, and Pat Kennedy says he wants a timeout to talk about it. A 30-second break. He sort of looked of confusion as Kevin Criswell looked back to Derek Mansell and said, "What are you running out there?" Let's take a look at our first Don Anson Ford trivia question of the night. The Bobcats hold the overall record against the Grizz at 140 to 127. What's the Big Sky Conference record between these 2 schools?
I just looked down on my sheet and saw the answer, so I'm not giving it away.
48-43. Grizz have the advantage in Big Sky Conference play. Of course, they weren't always both members of the Big Sky.
Sad to see, Tom, this is the last regular season meeting Cats Grizz this year. We'll see if one, if not both teams, will meet up in the playoffs. It is a possibility.
Mick Durham said this week it's come down to 3 games for everyone in the conference, and he's so right. In Montana, you would think would have an inside track. They finish up with their last 3 games at home. Kamar Davis working hard. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for 2. Montana wraps up with games at home to end the Big Sky Conference, and the Bobcats will be on the road.
One more.
Kamar Davis, one of the better free throw shooters on this Grizzly team. The junior from Sheridan Junior College in Sheridan, Wyoming. It's been a nice addition to this club this year, and he pulls Montana to within 2.
Yeah, what a wacky conference so far, Tom. Everybody could be 5 and 7 besides Eastern at the end of the night, pretty much, with the right amount of combination of wins. It could get even tighter if that was at all possible.
Jason Erickson hasn't got a shot off yet. Here's Frank Brown. He's no good. Bodies on the floor, letting him get at it down underneath. Mansell clears the other side. And now Erickson whistled for a foul. Mansell will get 2 shots.
Well, it's definitely early, but the focus so far, besides the one break, is to get the ball inside for Montana State. But we all know that Jason Erickson will get his opportunities to fill up the baskets.
One more.
Mansell no good on his first attempt. Montana again with token pressure, and now a little more than token as Mansell trying to stay with Frank Brown. Nice backdoor cut. Kamar Davis sends it back.
Classic defense to offense there.
Montana looking for points in transition. On that last series, you saw what made Kevin Criswell so good last year. He got so many points on the break, spotting up from outside in transition. As a hold, a foul called away from the ball. And that goes against Danny Fayborg. Timeout on the court. Back and forth and entertaining so far from Dahlberg Arena. 8-6, Montana on top.
Look again. Look again.
Look again to your Montana Ford stores, where you can lease a 2004 Ranger XLT 4x4 Super Cab for just $199 a month. That's right, America's best-selling compact pickup with a V6 engine, 4-wheel drive, 16-inch aluminum wheels, and CD player for only $199 a month for 36 months.
Only at your Montana Ford store.
Where you been? Look again.
There's a service available in your community that's free, easy, and can save you money. Northwestern Energy offers a thorough and informative energy audit to qualified home heating customers. Learn where your home uses energy and how to better manage your energy costs. Find out more about Northwestern Energy's E+ audit for the home by calling 1-800-823-5995.
Hey kid, how'd you like a nice juicy burger from Ruby's Cafe?
We are back. Montana with a 2-point lead. Pardon me, I think in the last segment I said that the Cats would finish their season on the road. That's not true. They are home, as of course the Cats and the Grizz schedules kind of follow each other as far as who they play and where they play them. Criswell shot in and out, and the Bobcats will wrap up against NAU and Sac State in Bozeman next week, so they'll be home too.
And McDermott's very happy to have his final 3 games in the Treasure State.
Mansell and Venters now extending the defense on the perimeter. Vic Venters checks into the ball game. Brett Cummings checked in before the last time out, and Cummings tips the ball out of bounds. It'll stay on that end with Montana State.
Back and forth flow, but reminiscent of last night, it's the Grizzlies who are going on the offensive and the fast break opportunities when they have them.
Criswell's been in Erickson's pocket so far tonight. Erickson, very quiet. Cummings on the floor, shot clock violation.
Wow.
And a turnover, ball goes to Montana.
Nothing but pure heart and hustle, and as a bonus, right in front of the coaches. That's going to look good in film room.
Brent Cummings, a guy who just couldn't go last year, redshirted with the back injury. And this year it's been tough for him too, that back. Still giving him problems. The senior. Trying to finish out his career as Vic Venters misses the dunk. Criswell there to clean it up. Venters a clear shot to the rack and just couldn't get it to go down.
Bobcats not responding to the pressure, in-your-face defense of the Grizz so far in this game. It'll have to be an adjustment they make as the action moves on.
Cummings again, but answered. Fayborg from outside. Cummings playing spirited defense that time. Fayborg took the block and put it right back, and Montana State within 1. Fayborg's first 3 points of the night.
Timely three-point shooting was a big reason the Cats were able to pull away in last month's meeting.
Cummings no good. All alone. That's the best look Ento's going to get all night.
Won't get much easier than that one.
Montana not getting back in transition so far tonight. Ento's 3 of 3. He's got 3 good looks. He's got 6 points.
Grizz just missed Davis inside. Kamar had an open look at it.
Davis extending the range.
So he says, no problem, I'll just make a much tougher shot.
He usually won't pull anything out from 14 or 15 plus, but he knocked that down. Davis hurt the Cats last time as we have a whistle and a foul. Davis had 16 versus MSU a month ago. Here's another look at that good look that Calvin Ento had. Doesn't get much better than that.
I think the nearest defender was in Bozeman.
Erickson gets free on a pump fake. Matt DeLuey has just checked in, grabs a rebound for the Montana Grizzlies. Mansell, wild shot. Brown. Montana not getting back in transition defense tonight, Dan.
Not at all, and it's resulted in some wide open shots. Frank Brown feeling it early on. As he
now a whistle and a call.
That's his
That'll go
first
against
bucket,
Montana.
yes. First bucket, but he still has 2 rebounds, 2 assists. A solid start for point guard Frank Brown.
Offensive foul that time. It goes against Matt DeLuey. Gives the ball back to the Bobcats. So it's Brown, Fayborg, Erickson, Disley.
And there was an interesting adjustment right there, happening the forward. Fayborg bring it up, kind of nullifies a bit of the pressure from the Grizz. As some of the spark plugs have checked in, as we alluded to at the top of the show, for the Bobcats, P.J. Owsley, a big 3, of course, along with Nick Disley, who we mentioned at the top of the show. Big 3-pointers, and here is another one right here. The big dunk from last game that really kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. Matt Towsley checks in.
So with Owsley and Towsley, Bobcats going with some height now, and another call. Montana coach is not real happy with. This one goes against Derek Mansell. 15 foul against the Grizz. Bobcats inbound once again. And you're right, Dan Towsley had 11 points last time in Bozeman. He was huge off the bench. He's in the midst of a pretty good slump. 3 of 18 over his last 3 games. Disley wanted to get it to him, and Disley misfires on the pass.
You can obviously, a big game plan of Coach McDermott is to get him involved when he gets into the ball game, as evidenced by the first opportunity they could. They tried to fire it in, just wasn't successful.
Here's DeLuey going baseline. Matt DeLuey.
I think I can make a safe prediction, Tom. We're going to have a close ball game down to the very end tonight with these teams evenly matched.
So, yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and make my prediction.
Towsley trying to get it position on Vic Benners. Working hard. Now Benners just wraps him up. But they call it against Towsley. Wow. Benners put a full Nelson on him, but Towsley gets whistled for the foul. Ball goes back to Montana. 1-point game here in Missoula.
Want an easier way to trim and tone your auto payments? Start off the new year leaner with a lower auto loan payment from Missoula Federal Credit Union. When you purchase or refinance your auto loan from another institution, you'll indulge in 60 days payment-free. Plus, you'll win one of more than 1,000 prizes, including car stereo equipment, a year of oil changes, or $1,000 towards your MFCU auto loan. Forget the gym. We'll help you trim. Missoula Federal Credit Union. More than you expect.
Come on, it's a great day to go sled. Come on. Back when I was your age, I was on the luge team, and look, my uniform still fits. Cowabunga!
Aren't your dad? No.
If something bad happens to your pride and joy, bring it to Town and Country Auto Body at our bigger, better location.
Dad! Choco Bay?
Community, a special word that means relationships, involvement, people, caring, friends. No matter how you describe it, community is our priority at Smurfett Stone. Smurfett Stone, your neighbors working hard to enrich our community.
.24 left here and a 1-point lead for Montana. The Grizzlies shooting 33% in the early going. Bobcats red hot at 55% from the field.
And they are training their cheerleaders younger and younger by the day, Tom.
Brian Lynch into the game. He gets a turnover right away. Erickson with a steal to Disley. Back to Erickson. Jason Erickson leads the conference in scoring. He also leads the conference in steals at just over 2.5 per game, and he just got his first one tonight, and he got it right back for 3. This is Brian Lynch, true freshman, into the ball game at the point guard for now for Montana, along with Louis Easley, Booker, and Ryan Peterson is checked in. Peterson gets back to Easley. Ball out of bounds. Montana State takes over.
No autopsy, no foul. Speaking of steals, the Bobcats, 174 on the season. They're averaging 7.3 a game. That's 2 more than last season.
Housley has to bring it up. Lynch getting beat badly. Lynch is not impressed in the first couple of minutes. A turnover, then he gets beat. It looks like Derek Mansell and Kevin Criswell set to check back in. It's that time Towsley with the big dunk. Assist from Frank Brown. Cats have extended that lead to 4 now. They're shooting over 61%.
Which is huge for the Bobcats. They recently broke a stretch of 12 where they shot under 50.
Lynch comes back, knocks down a shot, his first attempt. True freshman out of Great Falls.
And despite the three-point basket, Coach Durham has to be ecstatic that his team has not dug themselves a hole and the shooting percentages are up.
Well, that's what Mick said this week. That's what Coach Durham said this week in the Bozeman Chronicle. He said, you know, the first 5 minutes are so huge for us that we keep our feet in this game and just let our nerves relax and not get wigged out by the atmosphere here and the intensity of the game. Another look at Frank Brown's dish to Matt Towsley.
Froze the defender there. And is that an Ostertag-esque dunk again? Love the Ostertag dunk. To borrow another phrase, throw it down, big fella. Throw it down. That was beautiful.
Mansell's back in with Criswell. Lynch takes a seat. He's got Booker, Peterson, and Kamar Davis working on Calvin Ento in the post. Ento doing a good job. Nearly a turnover. Peterson saves it for Montana. Bobcats been this man-to-man all night. Backdoor good look from Mansell to Kamar Davis.
The Grizz still keeping on the pressure, and it is causing some distress for the Bobcats, bringing it up court, having to use forwards to assist point guard Frank Brown.
Well, both Erickson and Disley just took off down the court and didn't give any help to Brown at all. I don't think Brown likes having P.J. Owsley with him to bring it up court. Probably not his choice as a running mate for ball handling.
Limits your opportunities.
Here's a steal by Peterson. And Booker will slow it up. So the Grizzlies forcing some turnovers. Fifth turnover of the game by Montana State. Grizz have only turned it over twice. Criswell's long. And usually it's Montana turning the ball over. They are last in assist to turnover ratio in the Big Sky, dead last. And last time these teams met, Montana turned it over 20 times. Calvin Ento right back with another good hoop. Ento's got 8 first half points.
On a perfect 4 for 4 shooting as well. When you get dunks and layups, it's going to help the old shooting percentage.
He's gotten so many good looks. Disley trying to get a steal, and he gets burned for it. Roy Booker makes him pay.
And that could be a big X factor for Montana. They struggle going 1 of 11 from the three-point range last time out. Already much better in this game. Pat Kennedy has to love that.
A whistle and a call off the ball. A hold on Derek Mansell. His second. Mansell has had problems with getting into foul trouble this year. We've got a timeout on the floor. 21-20. Still a tight one here in Missoula. Bobcats on top.
Stand out in the crowd with Russell Athletic Grizz gear at Universal Athletic Service.
Blue Ribbon Accessories invites you to stop in and browse in their huge showroom on Cedar at the north end of the Russell Street Bridge. As soon as you step through the door, you'll arrive at the cutting edge of automotive customizing and accessories. The experts at Blue Ribbon can take your favorite car or truck and transform it into a one-of-a-kind vehicle that reflects you and your good taste. Get all the accessories you need at one place. Blue Ribbon also does professional installation of custom color match spray and bed liners. That's Blue Ribbon Truck and Van Accessories at 1450 Cedar in the Blue Ribbon Auto Complex.
In 1921, we invented the overhead garage door system. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's our name. To be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door, look for the Overhead Door Red Ribbon. Overhead Door, the only folks you need to know. Find us in your local Yellow Pages and look for the ribbon.
Last night at this time, during the women's side of this rivalry, Dan, we were already at halftime at 7:30, at 30 minutes past hour. We were already in halftime. We've still got 7.5 minutes left to go.
And a few more fouls, a few more made hoops. Things are going to slow down a little bit, but it's competitive. We will take that trade-off.
Steve Horn into the ball game. Horn, who was a starter for most of the entire season until this last week, is kind of the odd man out in this three-guard rotation as Ento misfires for one of the few times tonight. But Horn now into the ball game, and Steve Horn averaging 8.8 points per game. And he's been kind of a Bobcat killer. He's had big nights against the Cats. Good hands by Danny Fayborg.
That was a la Karl Malone, always famous for that, going right over you, slapping the ball away, getting the steal. Excellent defensive play.
And now there's two of them out there. Marcus Clift with a shaved head. Number 23 is checked into the game. Tough to tell him and Fayborg apart. Clift in and out. Steve Horn with the loose ball. Horn had 16 in Bozeman a month ago, and last year in the game here in Missoula against the Cats, he had 20. Kamar Davis, tough to stop when he gets the ball that close to the hoop.
And that's reminiscent of last night, the Grizz getting easy entry passes, easy buckets.
Did the Grizz play last night?
The Lady Grizz, I do apologize, Tom.
Davis, 3 of 4 for 8 points. Fayborg dribbled it off his foot.
Trying to do two things at once there. Ready to go up before he had the ball.
Brian Lynch back into the ball game. Mansell gets a breather. Frank Brown's in. Marcus Clift will sit. And Nick Disley into the game, replacing Josh Barsh. Erickson out tight, now double team with help from Fayborg. Nearly an over and back violation. Peterson's foot was just about to come down the half-court stripe. And now a steal, Disley has it. 3 on 3, what's Brown gonna do? Gonna pull up for the line, that's a long 2.
Frank Brown, an impressive early stat line, 4 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Keeping the Cats very close in this ball game.
Kamar Davis. Davis has really taken it outside tonight. Holy cow. 3-pointer for Kamar.
Range, and more range.
Good look. Back to Ento from Barsh. Ento starts to kick it around. Danny Fayborg comes right back with a tray.
A couple of times tonight, the Bobcats have already been beneficiaries of just when the ball hits the floor, they've gotten it and pushed it outside. Open threes have gone down.
Fayborg's got 6 on 2 of 3, and the Cats from downtown are 3 of 6. Montana foul go against Kamar Davis. Roy Booker comes back into the game. Brian Lynch takes a seat. Booker did not play the last time these two teams met. He was academically ineligible for the first 5 Big Sky Conference games, and that's why McDermott a little concerned about him, saying, hey, we haven't seen him yet. We don't know what he brings to the table. And sure, we can watch him on tape, but until you play against him, you really don't know, as Ento knocks down the first of a bonus situation. Easily replaces Ryan Peterson in the lineup. But Booker has been a welcome addition to the starting lineup, as we mentioned. Had a career highs of 13 and 10 Saturday at Idaho State. And he's scoring 8.3 points per game. Ento goes 1 out of 2.
Trying to bid for the first person to go into double figures in this game. Ento has been really solid from the field, 4 of 5 so far.
Open look for Chris Wells off the mark. And our head referee, Charlie Range, says that Easley walked with it. Remember, it was Feyborg who had the huge game last time these teams played. Feyborg was 5 for 5 for 12 points. Ryan Lynch called for a foul.
Not only the times, the amount of baskets he made and that he was perfect in the field, but it was the timely nature of those hoops. Along with Owsley, along with a few other key spark plugs off the bench, that really helped the Cats get out going in the game last month in Bozeman.
Brown goes sky high for a rebound. And then it comes down and it's out of bounds. Who's it going to? It's going to Montana. Montana State knotted up at 26, kind of what we expected actually, and after the first few minutes it has stuck. Tight game here in Missoula.
When you get into a wreck, let Mountain States Collision Repair make your car look better than ever. Our professionals do complete bodywork and unibody repair. We'll work with all insurance companies. When you want complete body repair and custom painting, call Mountain States Collision Repair. Ask about our lifetime warranty. We're easy to find off West Broadway at 1944 Birch in Missoula. Mountain States Collision Repair, where honesty and quality come together.
In 1982 was when I realized that this was a program that was very futuristic.
That began very simply with one lab, one nurse, one technician.
Over the years, we've seen a shift from treating bad heart disease and other areas of the body with surgery into doing balloons and stents, which were pioneered in the heart, legs, and other areas.
And we do about 400 open heart surgeries a year. We also perform adult vascular surgery, peripheral vascular surgery, and thoracic surgery.
We can now help stroke patients who've had either a full stroke or a partial stroke have treatments like fixing the arteries in their neck without having surgery.
This is a really special time in history for people who do intervention, which is what we call fixing heart arteries with catheters.
Take a look at what Monty was doing during the break. Not bad. There's going to be an unveiling of Monty. They're going to come out with the person who plays the famous mascot from the University of Montana in a couple weeks at one of the final home games. So that'll be interesting. Grizzlies with a turnover, and that is turnover number 7 for Montana, as now they own the edge in that category, much to their chagrin, and no doubt. And now it's tied back up, 7 turnovers apiece.
Right back at you.
Easily wants Davis. Davis has 11 points so far. And it'll stay at 11. Frank Brown, boy, can he scoot. Erickson finishes, no, but Ento there to do it for him.
And the center matchup has been a solid one. Kamar with 11 so far, and of course, his counterpart Calvin Ento with 9. Big focus early on for both coaches is the inside game.
So I think that hoop gave Ento 11 on 5 of 6 shooting. Davis now in trouble. Erickson with a second steal behind the back. What a move! Shades of Kobe Bryant. Can't finish, but Ento's there.
That was pretty.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Check this out one more time. In one motion, catches it and puts it behind his back. Couldn't finish, but Ento, again, showing great hustle. Ento's been there twice in a row now to clean up misses on breaks. And he'll go to the line.
And that's been a big part of the Bobcats game so far in this first half, is beating their opponent down the court, getting easy transition baskets.
Ento has really come on since he was benched 2 games ago. Benched last Thursday, and against ISU in Pocatello, he came back with 17 points and 7 rebounds. Also came off the bench against Weber State on Saturday. Tonight he was back in the starting lineup, but no doubt Mick Durham deciding to put Ento on the bench really has lit a fire under him, as he has been incredible the past 3 weeks. 3 games rather.
And he had great justification when you're shooting 8 for 27 with an 8-14 game at Idaho State. That just shows you were slumping before that Idaho State game.
Mansell in trouble. He's got to burn a timeout. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. Trivia number 2 from Don Adson Ford. Which teams remain the only original charter members of the Big Sky Conference since its inception in 1963? Here's a good one for all you Big Sky and college athletic buffs out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cats, Grizz, Idaho State, and Weber State. So 4 teams out of the now 8-team league remain from those that originally started. Hey, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Montana head football coach Bobby Howe. He'll join us at the half. We'll talk a little recruiting with him. Take a look at this year's class of recruits, plus first half highlights and statistics. That's all coming up at halftime. Now under 2.5 to go.
Shooting percentages, Tom, have really evened up in this game. Montana State started out so hot, over 60. They're just over 50 right now. And the Grizz are at 43%, which is MSU's average during the year, giving up in a league-leading Big Sky number.
Frank Brown whistle for the foul. First one against Brown, 6th on the Bobcats. Montana will go to the bonus next time. Booker in and out. Brown will clear. And Brown, as always, looking to push it, to get in the offense quick.
The Grizz are definitely extending their defense. Not a lot of room to breathe for these Bobcat shooters.
Booker couldn't stay with Erickson on the drive. He's called for a blocking foul. Corey Easley's been quiet for Montana tonight. No points for Easley. He had 8 points and 5 boards against Idaho State Saturday, but he has been very quiet here tonight. Here's Erickson. And a rare miss. Erickson, along with leading the conference in scoring and in steals, leads the conference in free throw percentage at just over 87% from the line, so that doesn't happen too often for him to miss a free throw. Ironically, as a team, the Cats are dead last. As the rest of the guys not really following Erickson's lead from the stripe.
Without Erickson's league-leading number, they're in the 50s. Not a good percentage for a team to shoot the free gimmies.
Now 5-point lead, biggest lead of the night for Montana State. And Booker hits.
Booker working very well off the Venture screen there to get open. And Venter's trying to get out of the way of Frank Brown there. The whirling dervish.
Owsley blows the bunny, and strong rebound by Vic Venters. 2 on 4, no numbers for Mansell. Booker takes it anyway, and he'll take 2, and they'll go to the stripe.
And he is fired up.
Booker's 9th point of the night. Looking for number 10 at the stripe. In the ballgame that last time out, Carson Durer checked in for the Bobcats.
Carson Durer got his first significant action of the year against Idaho State, going 3 from 6 from the field. His 7 points in that game was a career high.
Under a minute to go. Montana will take over into the game. Calvin Ento. Fayborg takes a seat.
Coach Durham riding the hot hand of Calvin Ento. 13 points. Besides that, next leading Cat scorer is Danny Fayborg at 6.
Illegal screen called against Roy Booker. Booker got his arms out in front of him that time, trying to set a pick to free up Criswell. Erickson gives it up. He's been quiet, 4 points in the first half. The rest of the team has got it done though for him. Calvin Ento's been the guy. Booker skying for the tip. And there's going to be a foul, and it goes against P.J. Owsley. Booker will go to the line on the other end.
Bobcats are in the bonus situation, so we'll be a 1-and-1. With 20 seconds left. Let's see who comes out at the end of this half.
Blue, we need you in these spots. Let's go. One and one.
Roy Booker, first year with the Montana Grizzlies, came from Allen County Community College. Scored over 1,300 points in 2 years at Allen County Community College. Not bad.
Impressive.
Pat Kennedy really was convinced that he could be a lead dog when this season started. Don't know if that's been the case. Montana's had problems at point guard. And a turnover, ball goes right back to Montana. Grizzlies can extend their 1-point lead, and they can hope for the final shot if they wish.
Referee's having a conference to see if a Grizz touched the ball.
Josh Barsh into the game, replacing Carson Durr. Put a couple seconds back on the clock, now 20.2. Looks like Criswell wants to wait for one shot. Booker against Brown. He's got Davis down low along with Benners. He'll take it himself. Matt DeLuey comes in with the tip, and Montana leads by 3 at the break. Well, you're able to travel this this great state that we live in so much, and I'm sure that you've experienced both sides of the Grizz-Cat rivalry wherever you go. What's it like out there talking to people? I'm sure in every spot you stop, everyone's either a Bobcat or a Grizz.
Well, isn't that the truth? It's one of the greatest rivalries in the country almost. I get to this basketball series, it's about, it's 142 to 121. It's a great rivalry.
Close, just like this game.
Yeah, it's Lady Grizz did a pretty good job last night, but it's a little different dynamic there. But this is very close.
Josh Bartz puts in a hoop for the Bobcats. Now Montana State down by 1. Same starting 5 for both clubs to start the second half. Were you able to see the first installment of this over in Bozeman?
I was not.
This year?
Not this year.
Shot clock going down. Booker's got to pull the trigger. Gets it away, and it's no good. Kept alive out of bounds. And it'll go to Montana State. So what's your schedule like these days, Senator? Not an election year.
No.
So,
So I get home as much as I possibly can. It's just, it's just get around the state, because after all, I've got these are the people I represent. I'm just the employee. They're all my employers, about 900,000 employers. We couldn't have better bosses in the world. But yeah, this is great, this rivalry here. Close game, both playing very hard.
Frank Brown will try from outside, no good, but guess who? No surprise, Calvin Ento, and he gets fouled. He'll go line. Ento has been extraordinary tonight, 15 points now, looking for number 16. And again, since he was benched 2 games ago, the fire has been lit underneath number 4.
And of course, Coach Durham will, of course, sit there and go, hey, it's all the player, but you have to give credit where credit is due to the all-time Big Sky coaching victory leader, Mick Durham.
Criswell comes right back. Criswell puts in 2. He's up now to 7 points on the night. He had 12 last time these teams met in Bozeman. Fayboard pushing the issue, and Montana does not have an answer for Calvin Ento. They just flat can't keep up with him, as he has been able to run the court all night long and really impose his will underneath.
Senator Bacchus, I know you were remarking right before we went on air how much larger it seems right on the court. How does it feel to be right on court side, checking out all the action firsthand?
Well, I'll tell you, a couple things impressed me. These guys are big, they're fast, they're tough, and they're good. You notice it more when you're right down next to them. And at second, I'm impressed with you guys. I mean, you guys are calling this game pretty well. You know what the heck's going on.
Don't blow our cover. We're just fooling people.
Well, I'm impressed.
Really, I kind of step into your shoes on these Bobcat Grizz games. We have to be politicians ourselves, and don't sway one way or the other.
Well, when I'm in Missoula, I'm for the Grizz. When I'm in Bozeman, I'm for the Cats.
He plays defense very well, very well.
Look, we're both teams. Yeah, we're all about that.
I'll have to try that strategy. Hasn't worked for me so far, I'll tell you that much.
No.
Towsley really working down low against Easley. Easley doing his best to front him. Now he goes behind. Erickson bounces one off Criswell's knee. Barshall reset. 14 to shoot. Here's Towsley. Easley right in his face. Easley not backing down from the big 7-footer.
Grizz have really returned to the extending of the defense.
Frank Brown, you know he wants to push. He can scoot. What a pass to Ento, who can't finish, but Barsh is there.
That was some pass.
Wow, you bet.
Did you get a chance to see earlier when Jason Erickson had a turnover, went behind his back, couldn't quite finish.
I saw that. I saw that. No, I was here. It was amazing.
Everything but finishing. That was a spectacular play as well. Montana State has done a good job of getting out in transition. It was a little different earlier in the game. The Grizz were getting transition opportunities.
It's interesting how the Cats been able to get some set plays work pretty well, and then the Grizz haven't boxed them out as well as I think they should.
How tough is it for you to keep up on the Grizzlies and the Bobcats when you're not in Montana, when you're in Washington?
Well, I look at I get clips. You get a bit, but I must be honest. I tend to follow football more closely.
Well, no doubt the last couple of years with the Montana State kind of turning the tide back on the 16-year dominance of Montana. It's just really set this state.
It has, but how about that game where the Cats put it to them? Nobody expected it a couple of years ago.
Yep, right here inside Washington Grizzly Stadium on a day that I'll never forget. It was just a blizzard and cold and snow and quite a scene it was. Criswell goes to the line. Game knotted up once again. Cats led by as many as 5 with about 2 minutes left to play in the first half. And Montana went on an 8-0 run to take a 3-point advantage at the half. And now we're knotted up again. Criswell tonight, 7 points. That's about 5 below his average. He had a huge night Saturday at Idaho State. In Pocatello, he went for 24 against the Bengals.
That's good.
That's right, yep. Former walk-on here.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Last year's newcomer of the year in the Big Sky Conference, and Nicole Strip native, has done well here in Missoula.
And it's only a matter of time before Criswell and Jason Erickson get off, both well under their averages at this point. I don't see it lasting too much longer.
Vic Benners now draws the assignment on Cal Vento, trying to keep him calm underneath. Davis is on Towsley. Towsley's got about a foot height advantage, or at least 8 inches on Kamar Davis. Erickson called for the charge. Offensive foul. Criswell drew it. And Montana with the ball.
Not a lot of objection from the Bobcat sideline there. He did lead with the shoulder.
Yeah, I know Erickson knew it too. You could tell.
Turnovers pretty even. 10 for Montana, 9 for the Bobcats. Turnovers have killed Montana this season. Last in turnover to assist margin in the conference at -3.1. The Bobcats, conversely, are second in the Big Sky in that category at +2.8. Take care of the ball pretty well. Montana taking that shot clock down. Booker's going to try to create against Barsh. No iron there. Here comes Frank Brown. Brown's got a 3-on-2, now a 4-on-2. He'll pull up.
He's going to say pass. He's going to say pass on that one, I really believe. That's film room pass time.
I think we all had a few of those in our basketball careers, right?
More than a few for myself.
But you're more of a runner, aren't you, Senator?
Yeah. It's a lot more efficient. You can do it most anywhere.
feel the same way about eating and drinking. You can do it most anywhere.
Well, I'll comment on half of that, not the other half.
Fishing and hiking, yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's good.
Big reason why Montana and Montana State are so close right now. The Cats.
How about that shot?
Excellent shot. The Cats have gone down in field goal percentage. They're now under the Grizz. Cats shooting just a hair under 46. The Grizz now about 47%. That's a reversal from earlier in the game when the Cats were over 60% from the field.
Yeah, they came out just hotter than a pistol. But Montana, like you said, Dan, really starting to feel it now. And this guy's been feeling it all night long. Unbelievable. You wonder what Montana can do to try to contain this guy. Ento's now got 22 points.
I don't think there's a lot they can do at this point. He's feeling it. Keep those big bodies on him. Keep him away from his post position.
Davis tries to come back, and he'll go to the line where Davis is pretty deadly, shooting over 80% from the stripe. And that goes against Ento.
And that's the way to do it. Make him work on the defensive end if the Grizz can keep firing into Kamar Davis, who's having an excellent game himself. Kind of a little quiet stretch here, but Davis still the leading Grizz scorer at 13 points. You get Ento tired on the defensive end, it can help you out on the offensive end later in the game.
So what else brings you to Missoula, Senator Bacchus? What else is on your agenda while you're here?
Well, it's home. That's the main thing.
Just getting home.
Who needs sleep, right?
Yeah, 2 good basketball games last night and tonight.
We'll take a break. Well, Senator Bacchus, thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you again.
And good to see you guys calling a great game. I mean it. Doing a good job.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And go Cardinal.
You got it. Well, see how long we can extend this streak.
Stand out in the crowd with Russell Athletic Grizz gear at Universal Athletic Service.
Making deliveries at Hendrick Motorsports is one of the best parts of my job.
To be around these professionals and their cars is so exciting. It really gets your blood pumping to work with such pros, which is why I'm proud to be part of the team. Northwest Auto Parts and Hendrick Motorsports, 2 quality companies working together. If they could just be a little faster, they could keep up with me.
CarQuest, the professional choice.
For family-friendly dining at family-friendly prices, take your crew down to the Joker's Wild. The Joker's Wild has something for everyone. Awesome burgers and sandwiches with lunch specials daily, dinners for any and every appetite at a great price, and breakfast served all day, every day. Featuring Missoula's biggest and best omelets. Get good food and good times at the Joker's Wild Restaurant, 4829 North Reserve.
Good food and good times too. Lady Locks with you, where the Joker's wild. Where the Joker's wild.
The shooting percentages have really evened out. Montana State shooting 47%, the Grizz 46.9%. And with 14:21 left, we are knotted up. These teams have gone back and forth all night. Montana State's been led by 22 from Calvin Ento.
Speaking of someone who's not too tense right there, just saw the shot of Coach Robin Selvig there. Nice win for the Lady Grizz last night.
Montana Lady Grizz now 10-0 in Big Sky play. Foul away from the ball on the baseline, a blocking foul. Going to go against Montana State. Goes against Matt Towsley, his second personal.
I think that was part of the Dennis Rodman acting school there, accentuating the contact.
So it's Van Sal and now Ryan Peterson in the game. He replaces Kamar Davis. Benners, Criswell, and DeLuey against Barsh, Brown, Ento, Erickson, and Owsley. Bobcats now in a zone, a 2-3 zone, and Frank Brown has it. He's coming looking for Erickson. To the rack, and he had to alter his shot. Matt DeLuey was there to challenge. DeLuey's got great springs. The freshman from Coeur d'Alene can just flat get up. Look at the elevation there by number 40.
He might even got a piece of that. That was excellent defense. Well, Tom, this game may come down to a single factor that pretty much decided the last game. 3-point proficiency outside jumpers from the Grizz.
Holy cow!
Or DeLuey will just get up 14 feet in the air and dunk everything.
Pat Kennedy has a surprised expression on his face right now, like most everyone else who didn't realize DeLuey could jump quite that high.
Wow. Skywalker. Skywalker.
Man alive. Ento trying to push it himself. Contact against Vic Benners, but not enough to call a foul either way. Ento's got 24 points now. Not bad shooting percentage, 10 of 14 for the senior.
5 rebounds as well. He has been everywhere on the court tonight.
Owsley matched up with Peterson. Cats back to a man-to-man now. They had kind of switched to a pseudo matchup zone the last time down. Here's Mansell, no good. DeLuey keeps it alive. Mansell try again. No, but there's Ryan Peterson with a follow.
And the Grizz really crashing the offensive rebounds hard, resulting in some spectacular and easy hoops.
Brown trying to answer, dumps to Owsley. Here comes Mansell. It's a 3-on-4. Peterson feeling it. Not to be his that time. Barsh quickly the other way. Turn around.
And what a shot. Calvin Ento
just continues his dominance. 26 points now.
You're going to go out in your last hurrah as a senior against your in-state rival, Calvin Ento. Nice performance to end that regular season career against the Grizz. Who knows about the playoffs?
Vic Benners called for a charge. Nick Gisley's checking back into the game. Timeout on the court. This one's really heating up to a spectacular finish. 11:16 left. Tie game.
People like to deal with people they know. Rather than being salespeople, I have our people look at themselves as product advisors. We train them a lot on that product so that we can find out how the customer's going to use it, so that we can fit the needs better, to have the right products on the floor, to deliver it and set it up and install it. And that's what we do best. Our people do this each and every day. They do what it takes to see that the customer has a good experience.
They're like an old friend. They're comfortable. They're with you in the good times and in the not so good times. So treat your blue jeans with the proper respect they deserve. Trust their care to Missoula Textiles. They'll fit better, they'll look better, they'll last longer, and they'll love you for it. Missoula Textiles, we're not the best because we're the oldest because we're the best.
Head on out to Rowdy's Cabin for food and fun. Get in on all of the sports action on our 12 TVs. We've got Major League Baseball extra innings, NFL Sunday Ticket, ESPN College Game Plan, and the NTN Trivia Game. Or try your luck in our private and enclosed casino with a convenient ATM. Never go hungry at Rowdy's Cabin, where we always feature delicious Mackenzie River pizza. We've also got packaged liquor and beer to go. We're open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. 7 days a week. Rowdy's Cabin on North Reserve in Missoula.
We're back here in Missoula in a great ball game shaping up for what hopefully will be a very close finish. Montana just 3 of 14, looking at the stats during that break, from downtown. The Grizzlies don't have one player in the top 15 in the conference in terms of three-point percentage. So again, the outside shooting has hampered Montana tonight. And they've been able to keep it close with good defense in the second half. Another block by Peterson. Mansell comes down with it. Peterson and DeLuey have been big-time sparks off the bench for Montana here in the last 5 minutes.
And if you can't get 3 points from the outside, let's see if they can do it 3 points the old-fashioned way inside with Kamar Davis.
Roy Booker in the game. Criswell will get a break. Davis at the line tonight. He's got 16 points to lead Montana. 6 of 8 from the field. He's 3 of 4 from the stripe. 4 of 5 from the stripe.
Ento going to get a bit of a breather here to see how long Coach Durham can keep the hot hand on the bench.
Fayborg checks in for Ento. Brown, Fayborg, Nick Disley, PJ Owsley, and Jason Erickson. Erickson finally breaks free down low and blows the bunny. Second time again, no.
That's tough. You're going to get the element of surprise the first time, but then trying to go up again against tall trees and especially big wide bodies like Davis, not going to happen too many times.
DeLuey for 3.
Whether it's a dunk, a three-pointer, DeLuey, huge spark, causing the Cats to call the timeout.
9 points for DeLuey, 4 of 5 for the true freshman. Trivia time here inside of now Rockus Adams Center. Of Big Sky members who are not charter members, which team has been a conference member the longest? How many times can you put member in one sentence?
Northern Arizona, okay.
Joined the Big Sky in 1970.
Oh, what a game here, Tom. 52-46. The fans are into it. It has been back and forth action. And it was a great game last night, but just doesn't have the flavor of tonight. A close back and forth game between these two schools.
Matt DeLuey, 1 point away from his career high. He had 10 against Sac State earlier this year. And he's been something, defensively and offensively. You know those camera guys underneath the hoop. Dangerous living down there, those cheerleaders that close.
Not to mention Monty's hijinks.
Yeah.
He likes to take over cameras sometimes.
He does.
He does it all. That's why he was National Mascot of the Year.
52-46. Montana with Sparks off the bench has taken the lead. Bobcats have not gotten anything out of Jason Erickson tonight. Grizzlies have done an unbelievable job on the leading scorer in the conference. He's only scored 4 points in this ball game. Kick called against Montana. New shot clock for the Cats. Fayborg throws to Barsh. Erickson guarded by Booker now. Tipped away. DeLuey to the hands of Mansell. Ahead to DeLuey. No good. Davis can't follow. Brown quickly back.
11 turnovers. Trouble for the Cats. Giving the Grizz opportunities to run and gun.
Peterson called for the foul, 4th team foul against Montana. Montana State has committed 17 fouls, so the Grizzlies are in the bonus.
Short rest for Calvin Ento.
Game like this, free throws could become a big factor down the stretch. No doubt Montana State not strong in that category. They'd like to have a cushion, not have to wait at the line.
only shooting 50% in this game, which is very close to their season average. Not good with the freebies.
Erickson draws the foul. It's going to go against Roy Booker. And the third personal against Booker as he got him, you saw out right there on the shoulder with the arm. And now Erickson, the top free throw shooter in the Big Sky Conference, came in at just over 87% for the game. And maybe this will settle him down and get him going in the last 10 minutes. Who knows?
And sometimes when the fans are all standing up as they are behind him in the Grizz section, the great ones can really concentrate and bear down.
2 for 2 for Erickson. Criswell back into the game, and Booker takes a seat.
And that could be big for Montana, Tom. Criswell had a nice breather on the bench. Let's see if he's fresher for the final few minutes.
And the jumping jack, known as Nick Disley, comes out of nowhere and knocks the ball out of bounds. Disley is now matched up with DeLue. You want to talk about two guys that can jump. Their combined vertical has to be scary. Couple of real nice athletes. And Disley now getting the call to try and slow down DeLuey's high-flying act. Davis working for position. DeLuey passes on it. Montana being very patient. Boy, these refs have just made a living tonight calling off the ball fouls. And another one. This one goes against Fayborg, and Montana is in the bonus. And Davis will get a 1-for-1 opportunity.
And that's big. Danny Fayborg picks up his 4th foul. He will definitely have to go take a seat on the bench.
Kamar Davis 5th in the Big Sky at 81% from the stripe, and he gets the first one. Davis decided to come play at Montana, and then his coach came along with him a short while later. Brian Marceau, one of Pat Kennedy's assistants, was the head coach at Sheridan Junior College in Sheridan, Wyoming, and the both of them are here now in their first year with Montana.
And that's got to help for an adjustment period for a player to have a coach that he's very familiar with, to be a good buffer zone from the head coach. Must be great.
Towsley back into the game. It's Towsley along with Eto down low. Here's Disley, just about traveled, kept the pivot foot down though. Erickson trying to get something going on Criswell. Criswell not biting for any fakes. Brown. And that ball's going to stay with Montana State, knocked out of Disley's hands by Kevin Criswell.
Bobcats very fortunate to keep that possession. Excellent Grizzly defense, holding it down to the very last seconds of the shot clock.
Mick Durham wants to talk things over. Durham furious, thinking that Erickson was fouled. And he's having a discussion right now with Chris Rastatter, one of our umpires. Anyway, here's trivia number 4 from Don Adson Ford. Of the 8 westernmost states in the contiguous USA, only one state is not represented in the Big Sky. This is a pretty good question.
Oh, okay, let me...
Name that state.
Not Oregon, no. I gotta say, and I don't want to... Ooh, Utah. No, not Utah.
Nevada.
Nevada, yeah. Good call. My apologies to Weber State.
So it'll be Erickson to inbounds. Kamar Davis has a big assignment on his hands. He's matched up with Towsley. And now Criswell called for a foul. Criswell saying that he just fell down and it wasn't his fault. But he fell down and got tangled up with Erickson.
Next foul, both teams enter the 1-and-1. Montana State already is there with 18 fouls. Montana had 6.
Disley from way outside. Criswell looking to push, taking it right at Erickson. Mansell keeps it alive. Davis there, and now Davis gets fouled. So Davis, good hustle to keep it alive. And Disley gets fouled, called for the foul rather. So Davis, who just connected on 2-2, goes back for another bonus situation.
And the Grizz, who are 75% at the line, look to pad that stat and their lead at the same time.
Davis gets it down. Mar Davis, 20 points. And make it 21.
Mars kept his scoring going. Calvin Ento, since we mentioned, had 26 points. Seemed about ages ago, more like 8 minutes though.
Davis now 3 shy of his career high. Ento's just 1 shy of his career high. Both those guys turning in great games. Frank Brown tiptoeing along the sideline, and Brown was about to go out of bounds. He gets bailed out though when Peterson tips it out. So the Cats will have it when we come back. 56-48, Montana clinging to an 8-point lead.
Stop. Think about where you are. And more importantly, what's above you. Always stay at least 10 feet away. Not just you, but your equipment too. Don't take chances with your safety. When working near any overhead power line, keep a 10-foot circle of safety between you, your equipment, and the line. Practice the 10-foot safety rule and be safe. Northwestern Energy. Energy for Montana.
Look again. Look again.
If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again for big savings on America's most trusted SUV, Ford Explorer. Now get 0% financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back on the best-selling SUV of all time. That's 0% financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back on Ford Explorer.
Only at your Montana Ford store.
Where you been? Look again.
Good Food Store, your everyday market for your everyday celebrations.
Montana's done a pretty good job taking care of the ball. They had 8 turnovers at the half and just 11 right now, so 3 in the second half for the Grizz. And the Cats have turned it over just 11 times. But Jason Erickson just 1 of 8 from the field so far tonight and make it 1 of 9. And that's going to go against Calvin Ento.
And although Erickson has obviously struggled from the field, well under his 18-point-plus scoring average, he has surpassed 1,200 points for his career, so I would like to offer that congratulations to the 19th all-time leading scorer. The Big Sky play, Jason Erickson, has 1,201 points right now in his career.
Ento pushed off against Ryan Peterson. Peterson goes to the line, trying to push that Montana lead to 10. As far as guys who have been hot tonight for McDermott down the stretch who he's probably going to want to go to, Fayborg, Barsh, and Ento have been the guys who have been shooting the rock well. Here's Frank Brown. In and out. Ento there. Ento now has a career-high 28 points. What a performance by the senior Calvin Ento in what could be his last Bobcat Grizzly game.
3 rebounds, also shy of a double-double for Ento. Everywhere you look, excellent stat line for him.
Davis gets free and able to control his momentum Looked like he might just fall on his face at first. He got going so quick, but able to reel it in and put it in the soft touch. Now a 10-point lead.
Ento that time got burned going for the steal.
Boy, Pat Kennedy must be saying, finally, a shot doesn't go down for Ento. It rattles in and out.
And one shot and done for the Bobcats this time. Down. If it's not for Ento, offensive rebounds would be tough to come for Montana State.
Reboundings are almost dead even. Montana's got 30, Montana State 29. Criswell off the tail. Strong rebound from Barsh to go up over to Louis.
And the Cats are 10-1 when they do even or out-rebound their opponent. That could change tonight.
Ento goes to the line. He was held by Peterson. And bonus situation for Ento. Ento tonight, 4 of 5 from the stripe.
And it's coming down to it for Montana State. They're going to need a lot of these bounces to fall if they indeed hope to make this a ball game again.
Victor Venners is at the scorer's table, set to check back in for Montana. McDermott sticking with his lineup out there right now of Brown, Barsh, Stayborg, Etzo, and Erickson. Criswell finds a seam, and he takes it. Snaked his way through the defense that time. Biggest lead of the night for Montana, 12-point margin. Cats go back to their bread and butter, and Ento's short. Menzel wants to push. So Louis can't finish. Ento with the stuff.
Bayborg may have got away with an out of bounds there.
Helter-skelter back and forth now the last couple times down, getting a little sloppy and a foul called on Derek Mansell, his third. And Frank Brown will go to the line for a bonus. Grizzly coaching staff along with the fans wanted a foul on Calvin Ento on the other end on that block of DeLuey. No such luck. Peterson takes a seat. DeLuey goes to the bench to a warm ovation. Booker's then along with Victor Venners.
And the Bobcats, I know they struggle from the free throw line. They can't do it tonight if they want to stick in this game.
The worst free throw shooting team in the Big Sky Conference. That's going to hurt the Cats if they can't reverse that trend here in the final 4.5. Davis calling for the ball, finds a cutting Mansell. Bayborg corrals it. Frank Brown wants to go. Good look to Ento for the dunk. Sweet bounce that time from Frank Brown.
Montana State starting to put on a little token pressure, hoping to pick up the pace of this ball game. Grizz, on the other hand, content to use a little of that clock as it is their biggest ally at this point.
Nick Benner's outside his range, but he puts it down. Brown wants to push, and he gets called for an offensive foul.
Free throw shooting, turnovers, big factors right now at Montana State on the other side of the run.
Timeout on the court. Montana with the biggest lead of the night, a 12-point margin.
Stand out in the crowd with Russell Athletic Grizz gear at Universal Athletic Service.
Blue Ribbon Accessories invites you to stop in and browse in their huge showroom on Cedar at the north end of the Russell Street Bridge. As soon as you step through the door, you'll arrive at the cutting edge of automotive customizing and accessories. The experts at Blue Ribbon can take your favorite car or truck and transform it into a one-of-a-kind vehicle that reflects you and your good taste. Get all the accessories you need at one place. Blue Ribbon also does professional installation of custom color match spray and bed liners. That's Blue Ribbon Truck and Van Accessories at 1450 Cedar in the Blue Ribbon Auto Complex.
This is the perfect kind of day to test drive a Subaru. It's the perfect time to see how the Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive system holds tight in all sorts of road and weather conditions. Assuming, of course, that you can reach a Subaru dealer in what you're driving now. Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Grizzlies and Bobcats agree on one thing. Subaru is Montana's #1 selling car.
Coming down the last 4 minutes now, and Montana shooting 80% from the stripe, Dan, and the Bobcats 50% from the stripe. And again, we've talked about it quite a bit here in the last few minutes, but that's going to be key. Cats got to get it going from the line.
16-7 advantage. That's 9 points that the Bobcats could use to stay in this game. Plus, they've missed how many countless one-and-one front-end opportunities, killing their chance to stick around. But hey, this is the Big Sky. Anything's possible, and this game is far from over.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Heck, if Montana wins tonight, and a couple other teams go a certain way, everybody's going to be 5-7, but Eastern and Washington.
Kamar Davis called for the charge. Yes, he bulldozed Danny Fayborg. Fayborg, good job to hold his ground. Kamar Davis is a big guy.
Yeah, that can't feel good. Not good for the lower lumbar there.
Great rotation defensively underneath by Danny Fayborg, the senior out of Bozeman High.
Still pressure from the Grizz. Despite the lead, they are not letting up.
Bobcats back with that smaller lineup. Erickson continues to try to cut and find open lanes to get the ball, but Montana's really done a job on him off the ball defensively. And for sure, frustrating for Jason Erickson tonight, not being able to get good looks, or looks in general, looks period.
Yeah, whether it's screens or anything, he has not been able to get his looks. However, a reason I think that Calvinento's having such a big game is because sometimes misses, he's there for the hoops, and also with less attention being paid on him, they're letting him go off to the career high total of 30 right now. But you know Pat Kennedy at the end of the day is going to go, the Grizz are leading, I'll take whatever Ento's going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's Ento trying to make the second one. In and out. He goes 0 for 2. And Mick Durham just breathes out a long sigh and closes his eyes, leans back in his chair over on the Bobcat bench. Oh, Erickson had his eyes on that one, nearly got his third steal of the game.
Cats really starting to extend the defense, taking a few more chances in hopes of getting a turnover.
Peterson for 3. Offensive foul on the other end against Jason Erickson.
And that sends the crowd into a fury. Wide open, excellent kick out pass there. Peterson does what he's supposed to, drains the three. As now Coach Durham wants a conference.
Well, Chris Rastatter, who is now speaking with Mick Durham, one of our umpires tonight, went over and talked to Jason Erickson pretty matter-of-factly. I think Erickson may have said something to him, and he went over and talked to him, and looks like Durham wanted to just get his 2 cents on the situation in as well. Montana by 15. Davis has Criswell, couldn't get the pass though, and Davis smartly holds it back.
The press is broken, time will come off the clock. Coach Kennedy is very happy about that.
Bobcats gonna have to start the foul here if they want to get back in this thing. Criswell in and out, so Ento clears. Cats got to get one just about every time down now. Got to get hoop every possession. Ento for 3.
I know he's feeling the hot touch right there, but that probably wasn't the best shot. A one and done possession for the Cats.
And now a foul down low. Ento's 4th personal, and Davis goes back to the line. Marcus Cliff had to come back in. Nick Disley going to come back in for the Cats.
And for Ento, that was a classic case of frustration. Didn't get it done on the offensive end. Was out of position on the defensive end and was forced to grab.
Uncommon miss from Davis. He's 8 of 10 now from the stripe.
What a game from Kamar Davis. 7 of 9 overall from the field. 23 big points and 8 of 10, as you said, from the free throw line.
If Davis can put this one down, he'll match his career high. He had 24 at Sacramento State back on January 31st. And I jinxed him.
And Wes Morales, senior, has checked in for the Bobcats, getting a little playing time in the rivalry game.
Disley to the hole, and how many times have those short ones just, the rim's been unkind to Montana State.
Yes.
Getting good looks, and just for whatever reason tonight, the Bunnies not bouncing in for the Cats.
Well, the law of averages kind of come back to get Montana State. It seemed like every crucial shot was going in a month ago in Bozeman. Not tonight, as Montana has made the crucial outside, inside shots that have counted. Except that.
We'll shoot free throws on the other side.
Both teams are in the double bonus.
Martrell Johnson into the ball game, and Johnson will be the one shooting the bonus.
Both teams clearing their benches, obviously. And it is a great opportunity to get players into this game, get players a feel for this rivalry game, what Cats Grizz is all about. Free throws go down that time for Montana State. Still a rare thing. Not too frequent enough anyway for Montana State as the Cats go 9 of 18 from the free throw line, 50%. That's not going to get it done.
Kamar Davis sits down with 23 points, one shy of a career high, and he had 5 rebounds to go along with those. 23. John Wilkins into the game for the first time. Wilkins will go to the line, hammered by Wes Morales on the way up. Wilkins' first action tonight. He's a sophomore, transfer from a junior college in Arizona. And has not played much this year, but a guy who they think has a lot of upside.
Tommy, as we're winding down under a minute here, I just want to say thanks a lot for having me on this broadcast. I've had nothing but fun. This has been great. Cats Grizz is so much fun.
It's been a good weekend of basketball, another great year at Cat Grizz basketball, both in Bozeman and here. And who knows, with two games left for both these clubs, who knows where they'll finish. They may see each other again in the Big Sky tournament.
I think it'd only be fitting.
Marcus Cliff in and out, but good follow by Disley. Boy, you see his elevation there. Wow. Talk about hops. We mentioned earlier that kid can just get up. 67-56. Cliff trying to get an extra one, and a foul will send Carson Durr to the line.
Cats still playing tough, and this looks good on them for next year's rotation especially. Coach Durham assessing some of the players who really put the effort on the line when the game is a little out of hand. And I think that hit every single part of the rim before falling in for Carson Durr.
Durr rattles it home. And that time a little cleaner. Cats have cut it to 9, but time is not going to help them now. Timeout. Grizzlies called timeout. Montana takes a 30-second timeout.
I think that's Coach Kennedy coaching to the very end. You know, he's got a younger squad in there, some of his reserves, and he wants them to play the game right. And that includes breaking the press, which Montana has done with regularity tonight. Another big reason why the Grizz are about to move to 5-7 in conference to tie the Cats, or will now be 5-7 as they win.
And like Coach Durham alluded to this week, Montana probably in a great position because they had their last 3 conference games on the road. Of course, the Cats were here tonight, but the Cats have their last 2 at home.
Yes.
Grizz have their last 3 at home, including tonight. So as time ticks down, final score, Montana, a 9-point win. Grizz improved to 5-6, 5-7 in the conference. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have head coach Pat Kennedy right after this.